Spoken and Phonetics for Changes and Adult Learners.
Page 187, Day 22. Part 2. Describe something that you did that was new or exciting. You should say what you did, where and when you did this, who you shared the activity with, and explain why this activity was new or exciting for you. Just a couple of months back, I was pretty much bored with my job and personal life. That's when I decided to get away from the city life and go on a trip anywhere far from everything. I used to travel a lot when I was a student, but after I started this job, I have not been anywhere to chill for a couple of days at a stretch. I began knocking my friends and asking them about this idea of visiting St. Martin's Island and stay there for 2 nights. Unfortunately, everybody had something planned already for the days I planned for myself. I got frustrated and tired as I never have been anywhere without a group of friends. But after those couple of days, I couldn't have made time from office. So I decided to go on my own. People around me did not like the idea in the first place, but I had to convince them that I can take care of my own. Most importantly, it's gonna be some experience being somewhere all on my own. I was excited to be able to do something new and uplifting. So on the very day, I took a bus around 11 p.m. and reached the island around 10 a.m. next morning. My friend was always on the phone. All throughout the tour, she guided and encouraged me with her suggestions and excitement. In the island, I met a family right next to my room in the hotel I stayed. It was a small family with father, mother, and their daughter. The daughter was of my age. As soon as they knew and was convinced about my lone trip, they gladly invited me to join them for dinner and afternoon walks in the beach. I was no longer alone as I got to know some new people and found the love of my life. Yes, we got back home together and were in touch. I used to hang out with their daughter at their place and outside as well. So the trip was all in all one of the best trips I had, and my friends will always remember how I had the guts to go on my own and falling in love in the course. Part 3. Why do you think some people like doing new things? People sometimes get bored of usual life and look for some spice in their lives. That's when they search for something out of the box and jump for it. It always opens up the possibility for you to enjoy something new. What problems can people have when they try new activities for the first time? I think the basic and obvious problems trying something new would be the experience and the uncertainty. You may never know about the consequences whenever you are on top of something for the first time in life. If the surprises are good, then it's definitely worth it. But if it's bad, then you can still walk out with the satisfaction of a new experience. Do you think it's best to do new things on your own or with other people? Why? Yes, I do think so. I do support the fact that if you are going to do something new where you are unaware of the consequences, then you better involve anyone, because whatever happens, you will be responsible for yourself and yourself only. Nobody can indict you of anything if your attempt goes wrong. Page 188. What kinds of things do children learn to do when they are young? How important are these things? Kids learn all kinds of things like sports and other skills. Of course, they also learn all the new things they do at school as well. Doing new activities when you're a child is important because you learn what you like and don't like, which can be important in the future for you. It also helps develop your personality and in learning how to overcome problems. Do you think children and adults learn to do new things in the same way? How is their learning style different? No, children and adults learn differently. I think children have much less fear. They just try something without thinking about it so much. As adults, we are much more rational and tend to consider things much more before doing them. We think about why we might do something or not, if it's a good idea or not, the benefits, the risks, etc., etc. Children have a much more adventurous spirit naturally, and maybe they're more curious than adults. They have very inquiring minds. Some people say that it is more important to be able to learn new things now than it was in the past. Do you agree or disagree with that? Why? I'm not sure. We've always had to learn new things. Maybe nowadays it's more important to learn new things quickly, faster than before, and maybe learn more new things in our lives than our parents or grandparents had to. Because the pace of life and the rate at which new things are introduced is much faster, thanks to technology. I think we have to learn to deal with more changes in a way we do everyday things nowadays.